They say every house has secrets, but some secrets refuse to stay hidden. This is the tale of The Witch in the Wardrobe. Emily was 14 when her family moved into the old Victorian house on Black Hollow Lane. Her parents called it a fresh start. Emily called it creepy as hell. The house had creaky floors, wallpaper that peeled like old skin, and worst of all, a massive antique wardrobe left behind by the previous owners. It stood in her bedroom, tall, black, and carved with twisted vines. The hinges groaned when it opened. And even though it was empty, it always smelled like burnt herbs and ash. On her third night, Emily woke up at 3:09 a.m. to whispering. It was faint, raspy, like someone breathing through cracked lips. She froze. The sound came from the wardrobe. Her mother said the next morning.
It's just your imagination.
The whispers continued every night, always at 3:09. One morning, Emily found a drawing on her desk. It was crude, almost childlike. A little girl with hollow eyes, standing inside the wardrobe. Her mom asked,
Did you draw this?
Emily shook her head. That night, she locked the wardrobe and placed her chair in front of it. But when she woke up, the chair was across the room, the wardrobe wide open, and a second drawing waited on her desk. This time, the girl was closer to the door. Desperate for answers, Emily searched the town library. In the dusty archives, she found a newspaper clipping. 1896. Girl missing. Wardrobe suspected to belong to accused witch Agatha Thorne. Executed for dark magic. Body never recovered. The picture of Agatha Thorne showed a woman with black eyes and a twisted grin. The wardrobe in the background looked exactly like Emily's. That night, Emily dreamt of fire, of screams, of being trapped in darkness. When she woke up, her fingernails were filled with splinters. Her sheets smelled like smoke. Emily begged her parents to remove the wardrobe. They laughed. So she decided to end it herself. She waited until 3:09. The room turned ice cold. The wardrobe began to creak open, slowly. A shadow slithered out, with hair like black straw, fingers like twigs, and eyes that bled. Emily threw salt at the figure, chanting words she read in the witch trial notes. The shadow screamed, louder than any human could. The wardrobe doors slammed shut with a bang that cracked the wall. Her parents found her the next morning, passed out. The wardrobe was gone, burned to ash. Emily felt safe again, until 2 weeks later, when she opened her school locker. And inside was another drawing. The girl with hollow eyes, smiling, holding a note that read, "You can't lock me away forever." Rain fell hard over the small town. People hurried through puddles, heads down, pretending not to notice the flashing lights near the old Winslow house. Another teenager had gone missing. Lisa Martin, 17, last seen stepping through the rotted front door on a dare. Her mother screamed at the police station.
She's still in there! You have to go back!
The officers traded nervous looks.
It's starting again. Like 30 years ago.
At school, kids passed the story around like candy. A cursed wardrobe in the attic. A witch who tracked people inside it. No one came back. Sophie Martin watched the news replay Lisa's photo over and over. Her younger sister's smile seemed smaller now, distant.
She's not gone. She's waiting.
Her parents had given up, but Sophie hadn't. She packed a flashlight, gloves, and rope into her bag.
I'm going back there.
Marcus, her childhood friend, caught up with her after school.
You're serious? That place? You're crazy.
I'm not leaving her there.
You can't even save yourself, Sophie.
Jenna, her cousin, appeared behind them.
Guess I'm stupid too. Count me in.
The three of them headed for Winslow House as the sun disappeared behind black clouds. The house groaned as they stepped inside. Mold climbed the walls. Windows were covered in grime thick as paint. They climbed to the attic. In the center of the room stood the wardrobe. Its wood was cracked. Heavy chains wrapped around it. Circles of salt surrounded its base. Jenna shivered.
Once you're inside, she never lets you go.
Stories aren't real.
Marcus said, but his hand shook. Sophie pulled at the lock. It broke with a snap. The wardrobe door creaked open on its own. Inside, there was only darkness. Sophie stepped through without thinking. She fell, or maybe the world just changed. Now she stood in a house like hers, but wrong. Everything cold, colors drained away. Mirrors hung on the walls, all cracked. Children wandered the halls with their mouths sewn shut. Sophie pressed forward, heart pounding. Then she saw the witch, tall, thin, skin burned and stitched like torn fabric. Her black dress dragged across the floor, eyes empty as pits.
Back! Leave now, or stay with me forever.
Not without my sister.
The witch smiled, teeth sharp as needles. Back in the real attic, Marcus and Jenna yelled through the wardrobe door, trying to pull Sophie back. Inside, Sophie found Lisa curled up beneath a shattered mirror. Tears streaked her dirty face.
Sophie, I'm so scared.
I'm here now.
The witch appeared again, looming over them. Sophie grabbed a shard of mirror and threw it at the witch. It shattered against her chest. The house trembled. Light cracked through the walls like lightning. The wardrobe screamed, a sound like breaking bones. Sophie pulled Lisa's hand. Together they ran. As they climbed through the wardrobe's door, something grabbed Marcus from behind. He didn't scream. He just smiled at Sophie, then vanished. The house burned that night. Lisa never spoke of what happened. Sophie never forgot Marcus's sacrifice. His lighter was the only thing they found in the ashes. Her parents cried when they hugged Lisa again. They apologized for giving up too soon. Some nights, Sophie dreams of mirrors, of doors creaking open in the dark. She knows the witch is still watching, still waiting, but fear doesn't win. Not anymore. Some doors should never be opened, but some sisters you'd walk through hell for. Rose was only 7 when her parents bought the house. It was old, creaky, and too big for just the 3 of them. Her mother loved the high ceilings. Her father liked the empty space. Rose only cared about one thing: her new bedroom. It was painted soft pink, with white curtains and wooden floors. In the corner stood a tall mirror, framed in dark wood, older than the house itself. It wasn't hung on the wall, just standing there, as if it had been waiting long before they moved in. Rose didn't like it. On the first night, she told her parents,
There's a little girl in the mirror. She watches me sleep.
Her parents laughed.
It's just your reflection.
But Rose knew her own face. The girl in the mirror looked like her. Same size, same hair. But her eyes were wrong. Too dark, too sad. And she never blinked. As days passed, the mirror girl became more active. Sometimes she moved when Rose didn't. Sometimes she smiled. Sometimes she pressed her hand against the glass. Rose never touched back. At night, whispers filled the room, soft, childish, crying.
Help me. Help me. I'm still here.
Rose hid under her blanket. In the morning, her toys were scattered across the room, all facing the mirror. Her parents didn't believe her.
It's your imagination, sweetheart. New house, new room. You'll get used to it.
But Rose wasn't imagining. One night, Rose woke up to the sound of tapping. She sat up, heart racing. The room was dark except for the moonlight on the mirror's surface. Inside, the other girl stood close, very close, her hand tapping the glass.
Let me out.
Rose shook her head. No. The mirror girl's face twisted, not angry, desperate. Her mouth moved, but no sound came. Rose didn't understand until she saw the letters. Fog on the inside of the glass, writing itself in shaky lines. Rose, please. Rose ran to her parents' room. This time they couldn't ignore it. They followed her back. But the mirror, perfectly clean, empty, just a reflection of the room, nothing more. Her mother frowned.
Maybe we should move it out tomorrow.
Rose felt the mirror's darkness watching her as she left. The next morning, the mirror was gone. Her father said he moved it to the attic. But that night, Rose still heard the tapping, still saw the pale little hand pressing from inside her closet door. The mirror hadn't moved. It had followed her. Her mother grew worried. Rose stopped eating, stopped playing, always tired, always afraid to sleep. The house felt colder now. The walls seemed closer. The lights flickered. Shadows leaned the wrong way. One night her mother tucked her in and kissed her forehead.
Sweet dreams, Rose.
Rose whispered.
She says she wants to trade places.
Her mother laughed nervously.
Who, baby?
The girl in the mirror.
That night, Rose didn't wake up screaming. She didn't wake up at all. Her parents found her in the morning, lying cold beneath the mirror, her small hand pressed against the glass. Inside the mirror, a little girl smiling, but not Rose. Her eyes were too dark, and she never blinked. Emma was used to working late. Not because she wanted to impress anyone, that had stopped mattering years ago, but because she liked the quiet after hours. No one asking questions, no emails, just her coffee, and the steady hum of the office lights above her desk. Lately, though, the building had begun to feel strange. The flickering lights seemed deliberate. The silence seemed heavier than usual, like the building itself was waiting for something. She didn't like to admit it, but she felt more tired than ever. Nights bled into mornings. Weekends vanished. She barely noticed anymore. That night, around 11:45 p.m., she packed up and headed for the elevator alone. The mirror doors groaned shut, swallowing her reflection in cheap gold trim. She pressed 3. Home. Bed. Silence. But the elevator didn't stop at 3. It stopped at 4. The doors slid open with a sound like breath being held too long. Before her stretched a hallway she didn't recognize. Dim, gray light buzzed weakly above. The wallpaper hung in peeling strips, stained dark at the edges, as though it had been wet long ago. The air tasted sour, heavy with mold and metal. No voices, no footsteps, just a kind of emptiness pressing in on her from all sides. Emma hesitated. She was logical, tired, but logical. There wasn't supposed to be a 4th floor. The buttons skipped from 3 to 5. Always had. Still, the doors stayed open, waiting. She stepped out, slowly. The doors closed behind her with a soft, final sigh. The hallway felt wrong, longer than it should have been. The doors lining the walls had no numbers, no handles, just long, deep scratches running down their centers, as though someone had clawed at them, desperate to be let out. From somewhere deep ahead something moved, slow, shuffling, not trying to hide. Whispers floated through the stale air, barely louder than breath.
Stay. Stay. Stay.
Emma's chest tightened. Her skin prickled. She didn't run yet, not until she heard the breathing, soft and steady, not hers. She turned. The elevator doors stood open again, wide and waiting. Inside, the panel showed 1, 2, 3, 5. No 4. No proof she'd ever been here at all. The next morning, she told herself it had been exhaustion, a trick of the mind. Her co-workers didn't laugh because they didn't believe her. "There's no 4th floor here," they said. "Never has been." But sometimes, late at night, the elevator pauses between floors. And when it does, some doors still open, some doors still wait.